Hey friends, it's Brittany Valadez for bravelydaily.com. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I know you're excited to see my chat with Colton Dixon. If you guys have not, please hit subscribe so you can be subscribed to this channel and see all the cool interviews that I do with some of your favorite Christian celebrities and mainstream celebrities too. Also, follow me on social media. It's at Brittany Valadez on everywhere you can think of. I will put all my social media accounts in the description box below. So many of you all may be fans of Colton already, and if you're not, I'll give you a little backstory. He was a finalist on American Idol in 2012, and he came out with Christian albums, and I actually love many of his songs. It's been a few years since his last album came out, but now he's with a mainstream label. So I know plenty of you all are wondering, how did he make that transition? How did it go? Well, of course, I asked him all of that in the interview. Now, his new EP is out. I literally, so I had an advanced copy to check out his music, but I just had to buy a copy myself. It was so good. My personal favorites are Miracles, Not Goodbye, and Can't Quit You. I just love songs, and of course, Can't Quit You is about his wife, Annie, so cute, and Not Goodbye, so many of us have lost loved ones in our lives, and this song wasn't depressing and making us more sad. It was actually uplifting. And of course, I love the Irish beats. I loved it. Me and my mom are dancing to it, by the way. Don't tell her I told you, but I just did. Hi Mom, I know you're gonna see this. Anyways, I also loved Miracles because the sound, the vibe is just so good. And of course, miracles happen, duh. Right? All right, well, there's my review, a really quick review of the Colton Dixon's EP. But you know what I loved even more? Chatting with him. He's so chill, he's so cool, and he's gonna be a dad. I mean, technically he's already a dad, but him and his wife haven't had the, you know what? Just let me tell you. Colton, I'm so excited to chat with you, and I know you have so much big news that's been coming out recently. First of all, congratulations on being a dad. Yes, I know your wife is pregnant. Tell us about that. How did she tell you?
We were so pumped. We were staying at her parents' house, actually in LA. They have a place down in Marina Del Rey. We were there. She took a pregnancy test because she was feeling a little weird, but didn't tell me. So she walks into our room and she says, hey, she just kind of holds up the pregnancy test, and she like started tearing up and started crying a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And she was like, I think so. I think she tried like 4 or 5 more just to make sure. But we were so excited, and just all the feels, excitement, and then like, oh my gosh, our life's about to change, and just all the things. But it was awesome. But yeah, she's not a huge surprise person. Or she can't keep things in for very long. So, but it was perfect. It's inexplainable. We weren't necessarily like trying either. We were stoked to be parents one day. We didn't think that day was going to be today, but yeah, it was an unexpected, welcomed surprise.
So it's been a few years since we've heard music, and now you're actually transitioning from a Christian label to a mainstream label. Congratulations on the new venture and everything that's going on. Okay, I have to know, how did that transition happen?
It was kind of crazy, honestly. Almost 3 years ago, the American Idol deal ended for me, which meant my record label at the time, Capitol Christian Music, went away as well. So it all was kind of under the same umbrella, which meant, kind of in a way, I lost my job. So I was like, okay, God, what are you doing? Not necessarily saying that you took this away, but, I'm a little freaked out, and I don't know if music is going to be in my future. And my wife is just awesome, but she came to me, it was like a week or 2 after that happened. She said, man, I know this seems like a setback, but what if God is just setting you up for what's next? And I'm like, hey, that'll preach. I like that. So we stood on that, and we applied faith to that. And it wasn't 2-3 months later that we heard that Atlantic was interested, which blew our minds. It doesn't make sense in the natural at all. Yeah, it worked out, and it's been just the best relationship with them. They're a mainstream record label, as I'm sure you know, but they just believe in what I'm doing, and they think that I have something to say, worth saying, and that's what we're doing. So we're going for it, and released Miracles back in January.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
And it's just been thank you. It's just been so fun. Really enjoying working with them.
Colton, we've seen artists that are in the Christian industry and they want to reach a wider audience, so they transition to mainstream. Now, many times, because they're kind of worried about what could happen, and we shouldn't be, but I understand sometimes it's nerve-wracking, that they want to make sure that they have a song or a single that they put out first that will meet the mainstream and Christian market. Sometimes people can see it as watering down their message. But I noticed that your first single actually with Atlantic was Miracles, which is blatantly biblical, and I love it. And I know that many people, whether Christian or not, have witnessed miracles in their lives. So again, I want to commend you for doing that. And how did that come about?
To be honest with you, we kind of went back and forth, because there are a couple songs on this record that aren't like morally bad songs. They're just not as like, on the nose Christian songs, and songs that honestly Atlantic's really excited about. So we were having this discussion, like, okay, what is the smart move here? What's the play? And they actually said it first, and kind of what I was thinking all along, but they're like, man, it would be kind of dumb to not play to your fan base that you already have, which is the Christian market. I grew up listening to Christian music and have, since American Idol, did Christian music my entire career. So on the business side, that was kind of their thinking, which I think is really smart. But also, just on a spiritual level, I don't want to paint the wrong picture. I'm still going to be doing the same thing that I've always done and talking about the same things. I'm not going to shy away from that just because I'm on a secular platform. However, I do think there's a smart way to do it. Even going back to the Idol days, I just felt really strong that I wasn't supposed to be preachy in any capacity, that I should just stick to my guns on things, but wait for God to open the doors in conversation. And he did. It would blow my mind, the questions that Ryan Seacrest would ask me on live television. I'm like, you literally just like pitched me a softball here. It's amazing. But it's kind of the same thing. And what's great too, and what I guess makes me as a believer and an artist feel a little more comfortable, is you have people in the mainstream who are becoming way more radical in their faith. And it's not just Kanye, Bieber. It's really cool to see people who are like, hey, like, I'm human, I'm broken, but you know what? I love Jesus, and he's totally changed my life. And I think people are starting to, like, I don't know, a few years ago, people were really shut off. And I feel like people are a little more open. I don't know. So, yeah, that's not something I'm going to shy away from.
The fact that so many mainstream artists are now boldly proclaiming their faith, I feel like it's lighting a fire, and it's encouraging those in the Christian industry in general. And I guess not just Christian artists and actors and whatever, Christians like me, to be more bold about their faith. I mean, like, seriously, look at Kanye.
Yeah, listening to his record, it kind of made me assess my own records. I'm like, you know what? There's something wrong with this picture when Kanye West has more biblical truth on the record than I do. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They just lit a fire under me, and I'm like, all right.
All right, so your EP is out now. Fans, go get it, guys. And if you're not a fan, you're gonna become a fan after you get it. I'm just saying. Yes. Okay, Colton, what can you tell us about your new EP, which is just self-titled Colton Dixon?
So I think Miracles was a really great bridge, because it's kind of familiar, but at the same time, it's still pretty fresh. That's the best way I know how to describe it. My first time taking on a Latin beat, so that was kind of fun. Every record or project I've put out, it's always been kind of like there's a little something for everyone. So this project is the same. I would say the sounds and the melodies and even the lyrics are just fresh. It's just new. It's kind of a rebranding for me. Going so long without music, we spent a lot of time writing, like 99% of it being out in LA, actually. So I was out there really often, writing with some amazing songwriters and producers. I would have like this little idea, and I would bring it in, honestly, to people who don't necessarily believe the same way that I do. But we were able to have this just beautiful conversation about life and faith and family and whatever it was. And we would write this song. And even if they didn't realize the biblical truth in it, like, those who have ears to hear will hear it. And that's what I'm so excited about, is not only is it going to appeal to believers and have a lot of depth. For example, the next song that were released, it's basically like, don't take the bait. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but God comes to give us life and life more abundant. So first of all, when something unexplainably wrong happens in your life, it's not God teaching you a lesson. I think that's a lie that the enemy planted in the church, honestly, which is really sad. But just realizing, like, you know what, like, there's nothing good in the enemy, nothing. That's why he was cast out of heaven. So just realizing that and putting a face with the name and just being like, you know what, like, you're cut off from me in my life. That's what this next song's about. So there's a lot of depth, but on like first listen, it's just a jam. Like, it's so fun. I would say it's like kind of like dark, edgy pop. Like almost has like a Look What You Made Me Do Taylor Swift vibe a little bit. Mixed with some One Republic. It's kind of fun. But yeah, so like there's all these different types of songs. There's a piano ballad. There's a song that kind of sounds like an Irish anthem. Like almost like, honestly, kind of like a pub song. I don't know how else to explain it. It's been a lot of fun exploring these different avenues. I consider myself kind of a chameleon when it comes to music. I just love a bunch of different types. So I'll produce a bunch of different types and hope that one song will reach this person and this song over here will reach a completely different set of people. So,
all right, everyone, wasn't Colton fantastic? Okay, I loved how he made that transition from the Christian market to the mainstream market and did not water down or change out his message. I actually left out one question that I had with Colton. It's a very interesting one, and you're wondering why I didn't put it in this video. Well, it's because I chatted with two other people in the Christian industry, and they had a couple of things to say about the same topic. So keep it here at Bravely Daily and YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss out on this special video. You guys just follow me on social media. I will tell you when it's coming out. Ooh, so excited. I'm so excited about that. Personally, I've been working in the mainstream industry for quite a long time, and I've seen how much pressure it can be on Christian people in general to be vocal about their faith because they're scared. I know at the beginning, a lot of artists are worried because, you know, mainstream can embrace or they can also attack. It can be both ways. So they kind of are scared and they want to tiptoe lightly. Now, should we be? No. But I know that the stronger you get in Christ and the closer you are with him, the easier it is to be more vocal about him. Any of us, when we have a strong relationship with Christ, we don't really get as scared of what the world has to say. So I love that he's not sacrificing his message, and his music is just great. So message and music goes together. It's like a perfect marriage. Fantastic. You guys, I have a confession to make. So while I was editing the Colton Dixon interview, it was taking me a lot longer than normal. I mean, editing takes a while, as you know. But the problem is I was listening to his music. Let's see. Miracles happen like that happen. And then the other one was Not Goodbye. And I felt like it was in Ireland. And I was just like loving it. And then Can't Quit You. I was like, oh my God, so beautiful, that it was slowing me down. So when you're editing an interview, you want to listen to what the person is saying because that's importante. Importante, yes. But I found myself just putting on the music on my phone and then like stopping my interview, like editing the interview with him because I was so distracted. I was like, miracles, yes, they do happen like that. No, it is not goodbye. I will see you again. Oh, that's another song, yes. But it's not goodbye because we're gonna see each other again. Oh gosh, I need to focus. But I'm just telling you, it is a great EP. Link in the description, go buy it. All right, thank you guys for checking out this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to follow me on all my social media accounts listed in the description box below. Until next time, I'm Brittany Valadez. God bless, and I'll see you later.